What's up, everyone? I'm CoolHands, and we are back with game number 3, Northeastern University B team versus Brown University Esports. Let's get hyped. First, game 3 of our casting endeavor, I suppose. Gonna be an exciting one, actually. Two balanced games, right? In game 1 and game 2 that very quickly just the tides turn and one squad wins it. We are back. Game 3 was on the ticket. I don't actually know how they managed to get games 1 and 3 on the ticket and grouped together. Even the standings are updated correctly. And game 2 was not, but everything works out. We're able to bring you this series. So we'll get into it. Let's get excited. Do one last quick run through for this series. Yokola taking the Sand King to the offlane. Eat the pair on Enigma. Void Spirit going to be handled mid by Redolent Rose. Jakiro going to be taken by Global. And the CK taken by MS Point down to that bot lane on the other side of the river. Beastmaster once again going to be handled by Carter. You see his actual name there now that it's on the ticket. Moth going to take the Wraith King once more. Shadow Fiend going to be handled by Snake, another old-timey mid laner. We actually don't see this hero too much nowadays, so gonna be exciting to see how he handles it. The Spirit Breaker on the other side of the river this time. Faendale gonna be taking that one in the 4 position, and pause 5 Oracle taken by Invisible Panda.
Just 30 seconds
He's
now.
actually defending this ward. He's got a word of his own. For a second I thought he was gonna plant another word. That would have been less fun. And we do see some lines drawn. Looks like that was from Carter, expecting the run forward from the Brown University side. MS Point thinking about walking up the hill, and he's actually gonna go for it. He's got the stun ready, so he'll be able to take this rune. A little bit of trade here. Faendale hasn't leveled yet, and the dual breath from Jakiro gonna zone out the Northeastern side. And we are underway with game number 3. This is a best of 3 in the first round of the Swiss format, so actually pretty big deal this game 3. You might not think it first week of the season, but it does set the tone for the rest of the season. Obviously in the Swiss format, you play other teams that have the same record as you, so a win this game will put you up in first place, tied for first place with a lot of other teams, but also put you against the better squads in the program, and also allow you to fight for that top slot. The Snake, he brought out 3. Okay, this is interesting actually. So usually we're seeing Wraith King start raise, bring out 3 mangoes, and your goal is to immediately shove the first wave, get your level 2, and then try and get denies off the pushing wave, so you get your Necromastery souls. Snake brought out the mangoes to do it, and then he didn't push the wave, so he's actually fallen a bit behind, and he's let Void Spirit get up to 6 for 2 against his 4 for naught. He's gonna look to catch up now. I'm very surprised he didn't triple raise the wave. I think you might actually need 4 raises if I remember correctly. I don't play Shadow Fiend, so it's a bit hard for me to know exactly how it works, but against a melee hero like Void Spirit, it's very favorable for you to do, because if Void Spirit wants to contest the wave at all, you can just blast him with raises, and it's not even wasting mana, because your goal was to do that anyway. There's a nice raise juke, force the dissimilate. And everything is working out Snake's way, so it's just even on CS, and he'll gather up his souls now. So who am I to judge as he takes the CS lead? It is just interesting to me though. He still has these mangoes, and he'll have his bottle coming out. It might actually be coming out now. And he's gonna have a bunch of extra mangoes. Looks like he was actually saving his raises. He wanted to wait till level 2 raise. I don't know if this is some next level strat or if this is just not how the heroes played for a reason. But he's got the mangoes now. He's gonna turn and pump fakes the long raise, gonna pop it, and just on the edge of the damage range, Snake claims first blood in the mid lane. Eats the rest of his mangoes, has a full bottle. I mean, he's living large. Top of the CS charts, has that kill. It's pretty nice. Spent a lot of time talking about the mid lane as down bot, MS Point takes down Carter. Just stepped up a bit too far, able to pull him back with the Reality Rift and claim the kill. And up in the top lane, Moth stationing the wave up by his tower. He's a little bit behind the Sand King in terms of CS, but that's kind of to be expected when you're playing against Enigma. And most importantly, this camp is not available to be side pulled, which is going to help him continue to keep the lane stationary. Actually pulls back in, so a little bit sad here as you lose your range creeps to the Enigma. Now your wave's going to push out, but he'll be just fine on the Wraith King, able to catch up with those skeletons easy enough. Snake has the boots in the backpack. He's looking to push out the wave to secure the water runes. Gonna go top for the first one. And it looks like Void Spirit is going to be able to get towards this this bottom water rune. So Aether Remnant to make sure he secures it. And actually top. Wow.
Isn't it magical, Papa?
Stepped up just a bit too far on Wraith King. I didn't even see his HP going down. So Sand King claims the kill in that top lane, and 28 for 4 on the Sand King. I mean, you've got 3 of the top 4 CS going the way of the Radiant. And quite convincingly so. I mean, Beastmaster down the bot lane. 11 CS, and he's actually taking a lot of damage. Will go down again. Dual Breath slow. And the Chaos Bolts are enough to lock the Beastmaster down. He's really not having a good lane. Looks like Faendale's just not able to keep the Jakiro at bay. Jakiro running around full HP and has 3 tangos and a salve. I mean, there's so much regen down this bot lane. Chaos Knight as well with the 2 points in Chaos Strike, able to heal up just fine. And the sustain's going to be pretty crazy. There's also not a ton of burst here. And yep, MS Point going to just go forward again. Carter in a lot of trouble. Dual Breathed up, slowed up. MS Point going to chase forward, cancels the Chaos Strike swing. But the Ice Path to lock him down. One more click. Level trying to give it over, but has to secure the kill at some point. Takes it for himself. Faendale not lucky enough with the bashes to stop that kill from coming through. And yeah, so much sustain, and there's not enough burst for Faendale to try and turn it around. Beastmaster plus Spirit Breaker from behind, you're just not turning on that kill. So Carter, every time he walks up too far, he's got to make the walk of shame now as well. But walks up too far and just can immediately get punished in this lane. Snake gonna guess wrong on the rune, and Redolent Rose gonna bottle himself up a DD at 6 minutes. That's a lane winner right there. It's actually gonna help him get back into this game. Misses the Aether Remnant, so he'll have to put his plans on hold for now, but he is behind 27 for 2 versus 39 for 10, and Snake does have almost a full level advantage, but the DD rune could very easily swing things back to maybe almost even, depending on how well Redolent Rose goes for this gank here. He's gonna pop the DD, jumps through with 1 Remnant, has another Remnant up in just 1 second. Snake with the Fairy Fire trying to survive, but will go down. Redolent Rose notches the solo kill. Spirit Breaker does come charging through. Faendale though, only level 4. He's actually trapped in. Redolent Rose is completely stuck on the cliff. And the tower shot! Oh my goodness, the bottle charge was enough. Gets out on like 40 HP. Totally got stuck in the little notch there. That's terrifying. Want to turn my attention up the top, see how Wraith King's doing, and he's going for the same build again. He's got the phase boots coming out. I think in this lane as well, I would like to see him go Armlet Rush. I know a lot of off-laners are going that now, and not as many safe laners, but on your big strength cores who like the Armlet to farm, if you can get away with not having boots, then, you know, you should. And especially with an Oracle, he'll be able to purge off the Burrow Strike with the Fortune's End. You shouldn't be in too much danger. You don't need your boots this early, and you're not looking at much kill threat with the phase boots, I wouldn't imagine. They do bring the Spirit Breaker up here, so maybe they do want to start going forward, but Faendale plops the sentry down. You gotta be careful fighting in level 3 Sandstorm. It's more damage than you expect, but he will cancel Sandstorm and walk away. But looks like that's where the action will end, is the way it was pushing under the tower. Snake, how's he doing? He's got something coming out on his career, and he's got the Yule Scepter queued up. I'd imagine he's got treads. No, he's got travels. Wow, he is farmed. Snake is rich. Wow, 4k at 8 minutes, and he's got the full travels. He's got a regen rune bottled up as well, and he might look to make a rotation here, though. He does have no points in the Requiem. Probably, you need the Oh, he is gonna TP, okay. Pops the regen, immediately cancelled by the stun, and now Snake is caught a little bit outside of where he wants to be. Carter, no level 6 yet, so he doesn't have Roar, and here comes Void Spirit. Gonna catch the Aether Remnant onto Snake, he will go down. And yeah, it looks like a little bit of miscommunication as Spirit Breaker and Beastmaster both just full retreat while Shadow Fiend TP's in. Snake goes down. Up top, Moth looking to go on Yokolo, excuse me. Hidden away in the Sandstorm. As soon as he walks out, Invisible Panda is there to take him down with the Purifying Flames. That's Moth's level 6. And now all of a sudden, wow, Snake was rich, used the travels to go bottom, and gave up his life. Now CK tops the net worth chart, and I don't see him slowing down. He's gonna finish up the Armlet shortly. And honestly, he could go on Beastmaster again if he really wanted to. He's level 8, he's very strong. He's gonna content himself with taking down the Boars for now. But whenever he's ready to go, I think he'll be able to notch this kill. Up top, Invisible Panda did take a lot of damage from the Burst Sandstorm combo. Looks like he just stepped up a bit far as his Wraith King decided that it's jungle time and saved himself some time with the ult, but will go down eventually. And yeah, Moth gonna just retreat to the jungle. As we do see a rotation. Snake on the Invis room, gonna run bottom. Has the point in Requiem now. But Emma's point just so strong. Carter still no level 6. Snake gonna chin up the Requiem. Gets it and runs CK under the tower, but Carter ticking down to the Macro Pyre. Jakiro did go down on the backlines to the Spirit Breaker, and Snake claims the kill. So a nice 2-for-1 trade, especially from when you're giving up just your Beastmaster, who's already so far behind. Obviously, he'd love to come back into the game, but not the worst kill in the world to give away at this stage of the game. Up top, Invisible Panda just getting run at. Wants to stop Sand King from cutting, but not much he can do as the Cardi cleans up the tower. Moth just used his TP by accident. Pretty sure that's what I saw. It's Void Spirit makes the rotation top. Faendale uses the ult out of frustration. Not gonna accomplish much. Invisible Panda. Oh, a nice disarm save. Magic Immunity coming in at the last possible second. Wow. Dodges the Dissimilate. That's pretty great stuff. Snake still farming away. Has established itself back as the most farmed on the map. By actually a significant margin, by about 600 gold. And that's missing tower gold as well, right? The brown side does have that top tier 1. Where the bottom tier 1 wasn't even pressured at all, so. Moth. This time he's not holding points for the ult, but CK just gonna back off, had no more spells. And up top, Brown's sticking around to try and contest for this tier 2. Here comes the charge in from Spirit Breaker. No ult on him. The epicenter channeled up. Blink burrow. Short burrow onto just the Oracle, but they will net that kill. Carter running up into the trees, but there's no juke path towards the tier 2, and he's trying to cut his way through. Not going to make it. And the Requiem, just to try and push away from Carter, actually going to net the kill on Redolent Rose with the charge. Also caught in the fear from the Requiem, so looked like an awkward Requiem. Managed to catch all 4 though. Snake now caught by the Macro Pyre, not going to go down, and a surprisingly good fight for the Northeastern side. I mean, that Requiem looked so awkward. He TP'd and cast it from like here, and it just catches everyone with the fear and gives them just enough time to take down Void Spirit. That's crazy stuff. Void Spirit jumps in and just gets chained by the fear. No one expects it. I'm actually still kind of shocked that he went for that play, Snake. It's definitely not something I would think to do at all. It looked very, very funny to me that he was channeling the ult from so far away. But with those BOTs, he doesn't even really lose anything for his rotation. Gets some assists and just walks his way away. CK farming up, and Wraith King is starting to fall behind a little bit. He's got the armlet now, and the skeletons will help him farm. But a little bit of a tough lane against Enigma. Snake, oh, Aether Remnant, gonna be off the mark. Had the Oracle behind him just in case, so nothing much doing anyway, but Visible Panda defends an Illusion Rune for Snake. Be able to bottle that one up, and yeah, Brown still just being a nuisance and taking control of the entire Dire jungle. And it looks like Northeastern's hanging around. They might want to go on this. I think more correct is letting Moth just pressure here. There's no need to be over aggressive and fight into your own jungle. Oof. Oracle hanging around mid. Looks like Redolent Rose looking to actually just walk up into the triangle. This is such a greedy play. I mean, he's fully under vision. He's just gonna steal the rune, but look at this. I mean, it gives them the vision. They know they can go top. There's the Euls. Snake though, caught by the Burrow Strike. CK is here, able to chain stun Snake. He will go down. Black Hole gonna catch the remaining Dire heroes. And it was all just a bait. Void Spirit showed under the ward and it baited him into a poor fight, I suppose. Snake just walking a bit over aggressive. I mean, at some point you've gotta realize that you're an SF who needs to channel, and there's like, even if you see the Void Spirit, like they knew there was a couple heroes here, so it wasn't just Jakir. You're not gonna get the Euls combo onto him. They're gonna be able to come in with a burrow, even if CK's away farming. And then you're just a little bit isolated. So it's maybe not the best go in the first place. And then it happens that the CK is there, and Enigma's ready with Black Hole. But Snake actually, with just the Euls, he really needs to make sure he's going for pickoffs here and not for these team fights, because there's so many stuns that can cancel his channel. I say pickoffs, Moth and Spirit Breaker, Faendale, they are going to combine to find Enigma. Actually, don't really know what he was doing out here. And down bottom, Snake grabs the tower. And again, it's kind of a story of the sad Beastmaster. He's got no boots, he's going Helm of the Overlord, but it's starting to get to be that time where you want to have some money. And he's quite poor. His lane was very not good. And there was a point where he got a little bit behind and everyone is in the triangle. This is a big waste of time. His lane was pretty scuffed. Every time he walked up, he's a slow Beastmaster with no boots, and he gets hit by the Jakiro dual breath slow, pulled back, stunned up. He's got a Spirit Breaker in lane who, you know, the second he uses charge, they can just go on you every time. And then he just didn't adapt his lane and play more defensively. So hard enough lane when you play defensively like that, and near impossible if you're gonna contest for CS. And everyone hanging around this mid lane. Sand King here as well. Has the Yules, has Blink. What's CK got actually? CK has the Echo Saber, has Armlet. He's actually working towards a Manta. I don't know that he really needs a Manta. I honestly, if he went something like, you know, Silver Edge. If he's worried, like, about Manta, maybe you could just go Satanic. If he needs a save, if he needs a purge, but... Void Spirit, he's also a little bit behind. You expect your Void Spirit to be a little bit more farmed as well. He's almost got the Kaya Yasha though, so... Hero does also farm fast enough, so he'll be able to catch up. A lot faster than a hero like Beastmaster. And Moth working on a Desolator. He's almost got that finished up now. I do worry that Moth really is gonna struggle to find the initiation until he gets Blink Dagger though. And yeah, I think the last hero that we really haven't talked about items is Snake. Snake queued up the BKB. Probably immediately after he died top, and it's absolutely the correct item because there's no chance he ever gets a Requiem off if there's more than one hero around. And he's already invested in this Yule Scepter, so he's invested in it. So yeah, he absolutely needs that BKB to fight, and once he gets it, the only thing that's going to stop the Requiem is of course the Black Hole. And maybe you can use the threat of Requiem to bait out some holes, cancel it with Roar. Stuff like that. CK pops the Phantasm top. They're gonna go on the Beastmaster, but the rest of Dire is here if they decide to go. Snake on an Invis rune. He's gonna walk forward. Radiant is pretty split. Moth gonna go on to Sand King. Charge comes through. Snake. Actually, Moth gets the kill. Virulent Rose has both leaps available, and there's no stun on Wraith King, so should be the end of that. And Moth actually just starts to pound into the mid tower. He is kind of alone. The rest of the team is on the way, but first light should get popped here. There it goes. See if they can try and grab him for the second time. It looks like Moth gonna be able to just run away. Caught in the ice path for a moment, but gets to walk up the hill. All in all, relatively low commitment. They used about all of their stuns to try and catch him, but no high cooldown or anything, so Moth gonna be out of commission for the next 100 seconds or so while he waits for his Reincar to come back up. And most likely Brown's gonna look towards this mid tower in response. And yep, Snake trying to defend, gets caught, Blink Burrow. Zip through. Void Spirit says, absolutely not, you're not defending. MS point now. Going forward, Faendale pulled back. Will be saved by the borrowed time. False promise. Borrowed time was last game. And Blink forward with the Epicenter Burrow Strike combo. Huge damage coming through. MS point claims the first kill, and Faendale will go down. The MS point as well. Moth now is here. DK claims the third. Surprised Moth even showed up to this fight. I mean, even though they're behind the tier 2, they're just not in a position to fight when they don't have Reincarnation. Snake goes down all the way up at the tier 1, so they didn't have him available for the fight. And there's a matter of cutting your losses at some point, which they just were unable to do. And all of a sudden, a 7k net worth lead. It's crazy how quick the net worth lead opens up. Invisible Panda steps up right onto the Observer ward. This is a very nice word if they're pushing this tower. It should get dewarded, I'd imagine. It's kind of an obvious one, but Snake forced to pop the BKB. He doesn't have TP. He's gonna use the Requiem, but he TP'd up here. And he'll probably get found up in the trees. They're pinging him out. He's trying to juke, but he's gonna run right into Jakiro. Jewel Breath up. He's gonna try and pop the heals, but everyone's here. We'll get taken down. That's no good. The one saving grace is he did force a lot of rotations top, so Banedale able to put some pressure on the bot tier 2 with the Cardi, but Carter able to grab mid when they respond to the bot tier 2, so some nice split pressure off of that death, but really a rough situation to put yourself in, TPing in Vision. And yeah, Moth now decides he needs a BKB, which he definitely does at some point this game. I'm not sure how he can play these fights without a blink. MS Point pulls Invisible Panda in. 3 hits later, he's gone. And now you also run into the issue of Spirit Breaker's been a very strong hero, and he's been a very big force in a lot of games recently. But as a support, and when you're behind, it can feel pretty bad to play Spirit Breaker, because every time you charge in, you know it's a death sentence. Blink forward stun from Yukola, and he will be taken down quickly. Tier 2 under siege. Brown could just fall back, take Roshan, and claim this entire top half of the map if they wish. MS Point actually pings the high ground. Wants to continue to go forward. I think the rest of his team is more on board with the Roche idea. But he's big, and he's going for an Assault Cuirass next, so wants to end the game quickly. They've got about to have a BKB on Void Spirit as well. And still no Helm of the Overlord on your Beastmaster, so things looking rough again. There's no real way for Beastmaster to get back into this game. He's gonna be about a roar bot for the rest of the game at best, and it feels like they're just playing without a lot of damage. Wraith King can't get onto his priority targets. He needs to find probably Enigma, but Enigma can, with his Blink Dagger, he can play so far back that Wraith King can't find him without a blink of his own. And even then, it can be difficult. That's a ways away. And Snake has a BKB. We saw it. He actually had to use it top to try and escape. Wasn't able to do it. It's actually going to get run into again. Has to use, but there's no way you're killing a 3k HP CK, especially not one with Aegis. CK gets to just charge forward, feeling so confident, and for the right reasons. He's very strong. He's going to force out a BKB from Snake, and on the side, Redolent Rose jumps onto Invisible Panda. Invisible Panda false promises himself, but won't be living for very long. Snake immediately TPs to the top lane, but Brown gonna keep their attention set on this bot tier 1. They'll take the bot tier 2 after they grab the creep wave, of course, and look to squeeze down the rest of the map. Nicola even has a Shiva's queued up, and it's much quicker than the Shivas from Snake. Moth has the BKB finished, so looking for that last hurrah kind of fight, it seems. They'll have to TP back to defend the high ground. It looks like 3 minutes left on this Aegis. They could just wait and control the map, Brown, but I'm imagining they're gonna just go for the high ground here, sensing their lead. MS Point pops the Phantasm. Gonna wail into Invisible Panda. He's taken down. 34 seconds on the deck. That will spell a lane of Rax, at least, I will assume. As we see both cores from the tire just sitting bot, waiting to hit the tier 2 as the Rax fall. Or sitting top, rather, I should say. But the melee racks will fall. Range racks soon after. Charge forward now onto Void Spirit. Remnant gonna be off the mark, but the Dissimilate dodges there. Carter gonna fall first. Black Hole onto 3. Burrow Strike Epicenter going to follow. And everyone's gonna go down. Moth on the second life. Taunted up. Stunned. Taken down. Emma's point claims him. Snake trying to get the ulti up. Will eventually do it, but no souls to be had. Red 11 Rose even gonna catch him with the Remnant. Emma's point still has that Aegis the Immortal. Gonna beat into Snake. He will go down. Invisible Panda slowed up. Makes it back to the well, but Snake not gonna be so lucky. CK does go into the fountain. He wants to chase. Got that Aegis and will go down in the well as his illusions finish up the kill. They will die off, and Emma's point will go down in the well. And he's actually the only one that hits buildings. Jakiro can slow the buildings up, but doesn't quite have the firepower to end the building. So charge forward now. Gonna get caught by the Astral Remnant, or the Aether Remnant. Carter still no boots, 28 minutes. So sad. He's less net worth than the Enigma. He's about to be surpassed by Jakiro. Enigma charged up, beat the pair. In a bit of trouble, no hole. Has a fresh BKB, but not gonna help him against Spirit Breaker. Trying to run his way away, and might actually make it away. Wow. Not willing to commit forward, and Sand King was in the area, so perhaps a smart decision from Invisible Panda, but so tantalizing when one Purifying Flames can net you a kill. Off 1800 gold in the bank. As a buyback, I'm not sure that the buyback from Wraith King really does much this game. By the time he goes down twice, his whole team's just melted. I think I'd still like to see him pick up a Blink, but it's infinitely harder for him to find the Enigma now that he's got the BKB. And Snake grabs the plate mail towards that Shiva's. He's looking for anything to help him stay alive against the physical damage from the CK, but he still has the magic to worry about. Sand King plus Void Spirit. I mean, you get caught by one stun and you're just locked down forever against this team. Jakiro even building an Ags. Oh my goodness. Macro Pyre gonna deal about 1 billion damage. Shiva's complete on the Sand King. Talked about Enigma's BKB. Void Spirit has his own now as well. Has the Ags queued up. We'll have it in about 1,000 gold. And looks like they're content to just control the entire map. And pretty much shut out the entire Northeastern squad from farming. Moth the only one who's able to escape and find some farm on the map. But everyone else stuck in the base. Helm Creep is gonna manage to make it back up the high ground, so it'll be okay. Carter might even need to just send this to the fountain and let it heal, because there's no way he's getting another Ancient. But MS Point confidently gonna charge up to the high ground, just bash on the towers, and what can they do? How are you finding him? I mean, you drop the roar, but there's no follow-up. Moth is here now. Charge forward from Spirit Breaker. But the Burrow Strike onto Snake. Snake able to get the BKB off. Gonna channel the ult. Catches just the 2 on the far side. Actually, I'm not sure it actually caught anyone. I saw the Dire Heroes running away and kind of assumed that was the fear bar. The Yules from Sand King and the jump away from the Void Spirit to dodge the Requiem. And now they're ready to go again. It's 15 seconds, Phantasm will be up, so they'll just wait for the next wave. And there's probably no stopping this. I mean, There's no Requiem. You got just a couple of raises to deal with, and Moth needs to do all of the damage. Chaos Knight is coming back over. He's got the Phantasm. DD spawns top, but no one sees it, and there's no word. There's the Phantasm drop. Demo's point gonna run straight up to the high ground. First takes out the Granite Golem. Glyph goes down to try and get the multi-shot on the Illus, I guess. Some Illus will live, and they will continue to siege the tower, along with the real hero. There's the Roar, dropped on the CK, but the Black Hole catches everyone. Invisible Panda, the only one outside of it, not able to save. Drops the False Promise onto Moth, but Moth eventually, Reincar goes down, and they'll be able to chain him up to his death. And I'd imagine we see the GG called. Megas will go, yep, and there's the GG. Game 3 goes the way. Ooh, excuse me. Game 3 to Brown Esports. In quite convincing fashion, so congratulations to Brown Esports. They will go to 1-0 on the season. Northeastern B team drops to 0-1.